Stop crying, because you weren't crying when you were robbing people. Good morning, you're Devonta Anderson, and Mr. Anderson is on probation for sexual assault of a child, correct? And let me review this again. Looks like I received an administrative hearing. The hearing date was December 6th. And that shows me that there have been some violations. You weren't reporting by mail. Looks like for most of the months of, well, the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. You weren't maintaining employment and providing proof of that. You've had, as of December 6th, had completed 4.5 hours out of 300 or 400. You were supposed to provide some records and documents for a substance abuse assessment and follow those recommendations. You haven't done that. Tested positive for marijuana 5 times. Haven't been participating in the sex offender treatment program.
My understanding, he already has been kicked
They
out
discharged him.
Okay. Does that change? So the recommendation was for us to have this review and then potentially ISF with JCDI following up. What's your position now since he's been
I've never
discharged?
supervised anyone like Mr. Anderson. We've gone over everything. We've had case review. He doesn't seem to be bothered at all by this probation.
Sure.
The reason for that is I understand I wasn't able to find a job. I'm not giving excuses, but the thing is, due with community service and not being able to find a job and not being able to be there or a vehicle of transportation, hasn't been causing me to go to community service first of all. And now, since I'm working now and obtaining going to college, I'm able to pay for fees or whatever and need that I might have to get. Which I understand it doesn't look good.
When was the last drug test?
This last one that the last one we received was also positive, so it was 6 positives.
Have a seat in the jury box. We're going to test you this morning.
January.
Is probation still here on? Yeah. So, Mr. Anderson, you tested positive for marijuana.
It's been 26 days since I last smoked.
What?
It's been 26 days since I last smoked.
Well, it's ridiculous that you're smoking at all. You're on probation. Hold on, don't talk over me right now, because things will go much worse than what they're gonna. You're on probation for sexual assault of a child and indecency with a child by sexual contact. You have done nothing that you're supposed to of the things that really concern me with regard to your treatment, your sex offender treatment, all of those kind of things. In addition to that, you're spending your time smoking marijuana. At this time, I'm going to revoke the bonds in each of your cases. There will be no bonds set at this time. I think that is in the best interest of the community and the safety of everyone. We'll get an attorney appointed immediately, and they'll be out to see you, and we can see if there's, I need probably a motion at this time. Okay? You can go back with the bailiff. I'm sorry?
Do I have the time to speak? Can I speak to you about it?
Hold on. Actually, before you do that, he's not on bond.
No.
Okay. So what I'm going to do at this time is I can't do the bond, but I'm putting you in custody. I just got to figure out the right legal way to do it. I'm going to find at this time, as a condition of your probation, that you serve at least 20 days. That'll give everyone time to get everything taken care of, so that we can move forward and see what the appropriate way is. So I'm ordering 20 days as a condition of your probation starting today, no credit for any time, and then we'll see where we get. All right, go back with the bailiff.
No, I can type it.
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, so Ms. Dugas is on probation for the offense. Hold on, let me put on. of robbery, a second-degree felony. We were previously here, and she entered pleas of true to counts 1 through 12, all of the counts in that motion, second amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. I received the updated pre-sentence report as well as a letter from Ms. Dugas. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
None from the defense, Your Honor. Not from the state.
All right, and this was unagreed, correct?
It was a cap of 8.
Ms. Holmes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've spoken with Ms. Dugas. Obviously, the various new offenses and violations is not acceptable through probation, and she understands that. She stated that throughout this time, she did not have much support. She was going through a hard time in life, and she resorted to doing and committing these offenses, not being in obviously the right state of mind to be able to successfully complete probation. Ultimately, Ms. Dugas is requesting to have the opportunity to be reinstated to complete probation, and she would like to address the court in regards to this as to her plan of how she can successfully complete if given the opportunity.
Okay, go ahead.
How you doing, Ms. West? I'm wasting your time. When I get out of the world,
Speak up.
when I get out of the world, I'm going to do everything in my legal power to complete this probation. I know it's going to be extended if you do grant it to me. Like getting me a job, staying out the way of bad company, being a better mother, being there with my family more often.
Ms. Dugas, you did the exact same thing. You robbed someone else while you're on probation for robbery. Not just robbed someone else, you failed to ID, failed to report to probation, you committed the new offense of possession of a controlled substance, you resisted arrest, it's ridiculous to me that you're saying you want a second chance, because this was your second chance. You've already been on probation. You were given the second chance of not going to prison. The fact that Ms. Holmes negotiated a cap of 8 years for you, you should thank your lucky stars. This is ridiculous. 8 years, in my opinion, is not enough. You had every opportunity to do all the things that you're stop crying, because you weren't crying when you were robbing people and using drugs and not being a good mom and not doing the things that you should have done when you were given this opportunity, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Malvino?
Judge,
Sorry.
I don't think I need to add anything to the report. I think if you recall the agreement that 8 at the very least is appropriate for her based on the number of violations. I spoke with Mr. James yesterday. He does not want to continue to work with her. This is actually her 3rd NTRB, so it's about her 5th chance in front of you, not just her 2nd chance, and I think we're this is purpose.
Ms. Dugas, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 12 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of robbery. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 8 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read that written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Ms. Holmes. I hope you take some advantage of this and actually do what you're saying you're going to do when you get out and change your life. There's programs in prison, take advantage of them, but you're not going to continue to get opportunities like this. If you continue to violate the law after this, you're going to be considered a habitual offender. And if you do anything again, your minimum punishment is going to be 25 years. 25 years minimum for what you've been doing. So you need to change your life, or you're never going to see your kids, right? Go back with the bailiff.
Judge,